Hi guys, got another LG compressor here. Sorry about the noise, but I'm running my evacuation pump here, sucking out the freon out of it. 6 ounces already. So let me just fill you in what happened here. This one is not the very usual case scenario. Basically, when I came on the low side, I had a 20 pounds below, and the high side I had 100 psi, and I was not sure if it's a low on freon or what's going on with it. So I gave it a little bit of freon, and I didn't get any high pressure line action. It didn't get hot at all. It didn't start cooling. And then before I knew it, went back to vacuum again, 20 below. So I realized there's a restriction here. So what I'm gonna do here, since I have all the parts here from LG, they send me a new compressor, new dryer filter, and new condenser. I'm hoping it's the dryer filter that's clogged. So I'm gonna try to cut the dryer filter out and try flush it with nitrogen, see if I'm getting any airflow. If I do, then I'm gonna probably go ahead with the repair. Otherwise, I'm just gonna tell it it's not repairable. So first, I'm just sucking all the freon out. The compressor was helping me pretty good, so it's pumping to the high side. It was 100 psi, and I sucked all the freon out really nicely. Because I have a fridge still plugged in, I'm gonna unplug it now. And if you see it, when you unplug it, if it's still staying at the vacuum, which is 20 pounds below, that means it's not equalizing, that doesn't return back to zero, and that means that it's definitely a restriction. So this is one way to tell without adding freon, is just hook up your low side and unplug the refrigerator, and then if it's not equalizing, that means it's not low on freon, it's restriction, which is probably even worse in some cases than low on freon. Alright, so we got freon is recovered, so we're gonna flush it through with nitrogen. Okay, so there's a lot of probably different methods how to find the restriction, and I haven't done any other ones. There's a special tools attachments you can attach. Since I don't have those, I'm just gonna do my way, see how it works. So I'm gonna try first. I'm gonna give a nitrogen to the high pressure line, which should go into the evaporator. Hopefully it comes back out the low pressure line. Sometimes the compressor itself can restrict it. This one, since it's a single evaporator, doesn't have a splitting valve here. I don't think it has a one-way valve here, so it should be. So I'm gonna give it to the high pressure, see if I'm getting it back out low, and I'm gonna give it to low, see if I'm getting back out to high. So let's give that a shot. All right. Okay. Okay, so I'm pressurizing. It looks like there's nothing on the low side coming. Actually, yeah, I'm getting something out of here. So yeah, it's something's happening. All right, I'm gonna try backwards now. Get this off. So it's equalizing. Okay. So this could be that it's also coming back through the Yoda loop, which Yoda loop goes this way. See here. Yeah. So it comes out. The high pressure comes from the compressor. High pressure line goes through the cooling coils and also goes into the Yoda loop, and then goes around the door somewhere, and it comes back, and then goes into the dryer filter. Usually the restriction is the capillary tube, because it goes really skinny here. So then from here goes into your evaporator, and then it comes back out. The liquid line comes back into the compressor. Okay, so I'm getting freon flowing both directions, and it could be coming around through the Yoda loop. So I'm gonna cut this line right here, and I'll see if I'm getting anything coming out the dry filter. If not, then I think the dry filter, or there's a clog here, and also check if I'm getting any air coming out the capillary tube this way. So I'm just gonna score this line here, and then and I break it off so you have a nice hole. There you go.
That's a big job, but to match that, it shouldn't be too.
Okay. Okay, so I narrowed it down to the restriction being in the evaporator. So this line is the liquid line that comes from the evaporator, and now when I pressurize that, it goes into evaporator and it's supposed to come back out this capillary tube. And right now it's 150 psi in there, and nothing is coming out. Before I cut the high pressure line, I was able to pressurize from this end through the high pressure line, through the condenser, coming back out the condenser, going into Yoda loop, coming out of Yoda loop, and I was getting pressure coming out of here, and I capped it just to make sure I have a one-way flow. So I know that the Yoda loop and the condenser is good, and I just wanted to make sure that, so I cut that off, and I was getting airflow coming. If I pressurize it from this end of the Yoda loop, I'm getting air coming out of here. So I know the Yoda loop and the condenser coil is good. So the only thing that's left is the evaporator coil. I also put another piercing valve on the other side, so I know the compressor is not restricting any airflow. So yeah, we are out of luck here. This has most likely one of the condenser coils is clogged. So that would be quite a bit of work. I think I'm gonna just condemn this one. But yeah, it was a good learning process. I learned a lot, and I know that it wasn't like a simple fix, like replacing the dryer filter. So I guess the easy way would be to test it. The dryer filter, cut it here, give it some PSIs and see if it's coming out, and if it doesn't, then you know it's clogged, and then you don't have to do all this. I guess that would be a quick way, but since I have a condenser coil, I want to make sure the condenser coil is not clogged as well, since I've seen them clogged in the past. Also, I see them, this line getting rusted out, the ones that's sitting in the water. So, alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had a good day. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.